I've been working on a game, and I'd like to share that game with y'all. So this game is meant to teach roleplay. It's not very complicated. It's a very simple system, and I actually prefer more crunchy games. But I think for teaching roleplay, I think it's a really good game. So without further ado, I'm just gonna start explaining the rules, and you guys can see if you're interested in it. This will just kind of be the first update on it. It is complete as far as the rules go, but I'm still open to, revisions, of course. But I'll just start explaining. Um, so, first of all, for your health, you have 3 strikes. You have 2 options for how you want to run this game. You can do 3 strikes, you're out, which is you just die after 3 hits. Um, and that might be better for more grounded or more oriented games, or you could do 3 strikes and then you're unconscious, and there's the possibility of you dying. Um, all attacks usually just do 1 strike of damage. Maybe if you're fighting a huge monster, it does 2 strikes in a single attack. Um, as for your, I guess they're called skills, you've got your strength, agility, intelligence, courage, and magic. Notice I didn't put any kind of like social skill there, and it's not that I'm against rolling for social things, but since this is a intended to be a teaching game, I'm just gonna put in the rules to just role play whatever the social situation is. Um, if you must have a roll for it, you could probably use courage because that's the next closest thing to a charisma because it's personality related, and you could roll for that. But 90 to 99% of the time, the idea is just role play it out, see what happens. So again, it's strength, agility, intelligence, courage, and magic. You start out ranking those 1 through 5. So you put a 5 in one, a 4 in another one, a 3 in another one, and so on. And that represents how many D6s you roll when you use that skill. Um, the idea is whenever you make a roll, you want to get successes, and successes are 5s or 6s on a die. So if I roll 3d6s and I get a 1, a 5, and a 6, that's 2 successes. Um, so there's different types of rolls. There's unopposed rolls. Say like I'm pushing a boulder or something. Standard unopposed roll means I need 1 success to complete that task. Hard means I need 2 successes. Formidable means I need 3 successes. There's also opposed rolls, like in combat. So if I'm fighting an orc, I'll roll and the orc will roll. And whoever has more successes is the winner of the combat and does damage to the other guy. On a tie, the tie goes to whoever initiated. So if it's my turn and I attack the orc and we tie, then the tie goes to me and I do damage to the orc. There are advantages and disadvantages. Like if I'm shooting an arrow from high ground, I have an advantage. So if I roll and I get 1 success, I'll add 1 to that because of my advantage. So I have 2 successes. And disadvantages work the same way. Um, then there's special effects. If you roll more successes than you need, say I'm attacking the orc and I roll 4 successes and the orc rolls 2 successes, I beat him by 2, right? So I get 2 special effects. And special effects are just what I narrate. Like, so since I succeeded, I'm going to attack and do 1 strike of damage to him. That's automatic since I succeeded. But since I've got the 2 special effects, I might say like my sword cuts across his eye, so I cut out his eye and like reduce his vision, and I trip him so he falls down. Whatever you can think of, that's your special effect. And then it's up to the GM to adjudicate how those special effects work. So if I'm the GM and that orc just got his eye slashed out, I'm going to make him have a disadvantage whenever the orc tries to do something because of that missing eye. And then the only thing left is magic. It works the same. It's it's another skill just like the other four. However, basically, if you get one success, it's like a standard effect or spell in your setting, but you need 3 to do a kind of remarkable effect or spell, and you need 5 to do a fantastic effect or spell. And again, that's up to you how you do it, like how your setting works. But the idea of that is to kind of make it harder to just blast people with fireballs or things. Like, it keeps magic a little more grounded because there's no spells written in the rules. You decide what your spells are. When I played as a character with magic, but I only had one spell. And I think the GM was appreciative of that. We just started the game. We rolled to see what the setting was and the tone was or whatever. Created my character real quickly. I didn't even decide what the spell was until the game had already started. And that worked just fine for us. But yeah, I was like controlling these giant electric eels, and I would roll for magic every time I tried to control them. There's no magic points, so I don't run out of magic, but I had to do the roll every time, so that kind of keeps it grounded. But anyway, there's also advancement. If you do play this for longer than a one-shot, you want to get your character stronger, so you can add a point to one of your 5 skills. And if you play again, you can advance again. You can add a point again, but you can't add it to the same one that you did last time. And your skills can reach a max of 10. So you could be rolling 10 dice on something. And that is all the rules. I've written them all on one page. I'm, of course, writing up a formal doc that will be, I don't know, 10 pages, 20 pages, that explains it better than my one-page notes. But yeah, the idea is that to teach roleplay, these players will be able to pick up the rules like that, have fun, and be creative with the special effects, making those up. Yeah, it's not as balanced as a more fleshed out, crunchy game because you can, you know, make whatever special effect you want. Nothing's codified. And it does rely on the GM to adjudicate things. Because it's kind of more open. But again, it's a teaching game. They can grasp the rules. The players will grasp the rules quickly and just fly with it. I've already play tested it twice. It was great. A lot of fun. Yeah, and I'm gonna focus. I'm not just gonna write the rules down. I'm gonna have these 4 tenets of roleplay in the game: character-driven action, improvisation, immersion, and co-creation. And those are going to be explained in the book. Yeah, if that sounds like something you're interested in, or have suggestions to me, hit me up, leave a comment, shoot me a message on Discord, whatever. But I'll be developing this, at least developing the layout and the maybe even getting it printed, We'll see. So stay tuned for updates on that, and I appreciate you guys listening. Y'all take care.